I am not sweaty, okay? The analysis you're going to get here, not professional by any means, but it's from here. And you know what? The best analysis comes from the heart, chat, okay? My hat says otherwise. Excuse me? What does that mean? The predictions are going to work like this. We're going to go division by division. I'll give a few bullet points on each team, who I think is going to win the division, then how I think it's going to lay out, who finishes first, second, third, fourth, go through the entire NFL. I'll rank the teams that make it to the playoffs, wild card all the way to the first seed, and then we'll go through step by step the playoff bracket. You guys ready? Boo, nobody's ready. Being a Giants fan is rough. They're great, and then they suck ass. So usually when they suck ass, the following year, it's a rebound. So I predict if Eli Manning plays well, plays even up to half of what he can with Odell, Evan Ingram, Shepard, Barkley, and hopefully the defense can step up. The Giants will be pretty good. The Eagles are essentially the same team as last year. The difference is this, though. I think very few teams have the discipline and the structure to be consistently great like the Patriots. Insert boos here. I don't think the Eagles are the Patriots, but the Eagles are better than the Cowboys, who are overrated and overhyped every single year. This year, they have no receiving core. They have Sean Lee, Penn Stater. They have Sean Lee, who's a psycho. Their defense should be all right. Dak's good. Ezekiel's one of the best, but we don't have receivers and your line is injured, you're going to struggle. And the Redskins, or as some people say, the Washington football team, they have the poor man's Kirk Cousins, and I don't see how in any way they got better with Alex Smith. I don't understand why people consider Alex Smith a better quarterback. I don't understand it. Maybe I love Kirk Cousins. He likes Lord of the Rings, by the way. We'll get on to that. Kirk Cousins, the man himself. So losing probably one of their best players, or running back, in the preseason. After all that being said, check out this professionalism. You guys ready for this? Boom. It didn't work. Fuck. You know what, chat? Oh, I have the Eagles winning again. Now, I don't think the Eagles are going to be... I mean, they're winning the NFC East. How do I want to word this? The Eagles will be good, just not as good as last year, but they will be good enough to beat the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Redskins. The Giants, in my opinion, will be a 9 or 10 win team, significantly improved. I think the Eagles, just due to the weakness of the Cowboys and the Redskins, will be like 12 wins, something like that. So I have Eagles 1, Giants 2, Cowboys 3, Redskins 4. And next up, probably, in my opinion, the best division in all of football this year, the NFC North. The Vikings, I'll watch some analysts and whatnot, and the disrespect for the Vikings, for some reason, is unbelievable to me. I think it's because you have Aaron Rodgers, who people consider a god among men in this league, that the Vikings just get shit on in terms of respect. But the Vikings are the same team they were last year. They get one of the best running backs back, and they significantly upgrade at quarterback. So take the team you saw last year, make them better, put a chip on their shoulder because they lost so close to the end. And it's pretty simple to me. I personally think I'm going to hold off on the ranking for this. The Vikings are going to win. Lions have Stafford. That's all I can say about that. The Bears to me are an interesting choice. I love Mac. That sounds weird out of context. I love Khalil Mack is going to make that defense a top 5 defense. And that being said, I think the Bears can sweep the Lions and possibly at least trade wins with the Packers. Green Bay, their defense is normally garbage. They have arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Everyone says he is, but in my opinion, he is the best. Talent-wise. Talent-wise. I don't know if he's the best leader. He probably is a really good one. But I think with the lack of tried and true talent on the defense, and I don't want to say losing Jordy Nelson's a big hit because they got Jimmy Graham, but I just don't see them being as good as the Vikings. I think the Vikings will sweep the Lions, and then they'll trade wins with both the Bears and the Packers. And why is this not working, man? Shut up, chat. I will rank them later on, so just wait for it. NFC South, Panthers, Cam Newton. In my opinion, they probably have one of the top 3 Rookie of the Year candidates, DJ Moore. So he's going to provide them good shit down the field. He'll be a good receiver. They got a good defense. They got, good offense. I think Cam Newton elevates his game this year. Much more of like an old school quarterback, pocket quarterback. So I think they'll be pretty good. Tampa Bay, Omega Law. I think Matt Ryan is one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the league. He had that one good season. He still choked on Tom Brady's nutsack. They're going to be good. They got, in my opinion, the best receiving core in the league with Ridley, Jones, Sanu. Forgot his name. I'm sorry. Then you have the Saints. There we go. All right. The New Orleans Saints. I remember what I was going to say now. Drew Brees. Probably a top 3 offense in the league. I want to say this, by the way. I think the top 3 teams I'm going to seed in the NFC, the top 3 teams in the NFC, are better than all the teams in the AFC. This is by far the tougher division, or the tougher conference. NFC South, probably the second toughest, maybe the second toughest division in the NFC. Just to see how the Falcons do. If the Falcons play up to what they can, they'll be pretty good. But the Saints, Kamara, Ingram are going to be great again. I don't see how defenses can scheme against that. And Drew Brees, he's got receding hair. I have receding hair. He's a player. So, that being said, it's pretty obvious. It's not working again, man. You hate to see it. The Saints win. Get the hell out of my face, Bar. Saints 1, Falcons 2, Carolina 3, and Tampa Bay 4. I think the Saints sweep Tampa Bay. They sweep the Falcons because that Falcons defense did not look good. And I think they'll trade wins with Carolina. I just think the Saints operate on like a different level this year. It's a pretty obvious one. NFC West. Let me address my notes here because all these teams are Dan's game to me. 49ers. Jimmy G, the heir apparent to Tom Brady. My sister and my mother are huge Patriots fans. I'm obviously a Giants fan. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. They spoke very highly of Jimmy G for the exact reason that he's a very good football player, right? That's the reason. I think due to the incredible godlike stature of both Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, that Jimmy G's the real deal. And a lot of it has to do with himself, obviously. I'm not giving all the credit to Belichick and Tom Brady. But I think Jimmy G can lead the 49ers and win a lot of close games where you need clutch plays. He just kind of, the games I saw him play, it was a different 49ers team. There seemed to be cohesion. They got good skill players. They lost Jerick McKinnon to an ACL injury, which is going to hurt them. Actually factored into where I place these guys. But I think the 49ers, if they can establish a run game and have a decent defense, they have a decent defense. They got Sherman, obviously, in the secondary. They have a good secondary in general. They'll be pretty damn good. The Cardinals, I think even if David Johnson has a really good year, which is going to be pretty rare, he'll have to be coming out of the backfield and passes. The line seems to be terrible. The defense, I don't know. I just think with the Rams in here, I don't know if Rosen's going to play half the year, but I think Bradford's a good quarterback. The Rams, though, probably the most talented team in the NFL, talent-wise. Now, if they're a team, I don't know, but their defense is going to be stud-like. Their offense is going to be very, very good. You got Brandon Cooks now, which will help alleviate Gurley, help Goff. They got, was it Cooper Kupp as well? The small guy in the slot, always a psycho. Always a psycho. I think they'll be they're going to be hard to beat. if they don't self-implode in the locker room, which I highly doubt is going to happen, their D-line, their secondary is probably the best in the league. Gurley's a beast. I think it's pretty obvious. The Seahawks, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I think the Seahawks utterly collapse this year. Wilson can't do it all. He's got one person to throw to. So if anything goes wrong for the Seahawks, I think they're screwed. So I got the Rams, the 49ers, the Cardinals, and then the Seahawks. Huh? Is this basketball, baseball, or ice hockey? Can you go fuck yourself? So I don't have a lot to say about this. I'm just gonna do this right now. The Patriots win. The Patriots, this is the worst division in football, easily. The Dolphins, in my opinion, I'm gonna do a power ranking down the road here. I think the Dolphins are the worst team in the league. They're gonna win 2 games, 2-14. They're gonna get beat by a team you'll see on the next slide in record, I believe. Tannehill, in my opinion, plays this last year as a starting quarterback. He's gonna be pretty rough. The Bills, I like Josh Allen. I love the coaching staff for the Bills. They got a decent defense. They got pretty good defense. I just don't see the talent on offense for the Bills. Also, I don't think that the quarterback situation is the best. Allen's going to be pretty good, but Peterman is a backup starting. They have basically 2 backup quarterbacks. So I don't think they're going to do much. And the Jets, Darnold will probably start the entire season unless he implodes, which I don't think will happen, or gets hurt. Hopefully not. They'll be okay. I just don't think there's enough around Darnold for him to be extremely successful, but he'll be all right. So I have, obviously, Patriots dominating with at least 13 wins. In my opinion, they're going to lose a game to the Jets, sweep the Bills, and sweep the Dolphins. They'll win some games out of division. Obviously, most of their games, they're weaker than last year, as it seems like. And yeah, it's the worst division. Patriots win easy. Steelers, they're pretty good. Got a lot of talent. Receivers are good. Juju, Brown, they're phenomenal actually. Le'Veon, I think the Steelers have mismanaged him. I think they're still the best team in the division, easily. There's hype behind the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens are gonna be that good. Flacco is Joe Flacco. He had 1 good year. He has purpose to play this year because Lamar Jackson's in his asshole trying to take his spot. Lamar Jackson, though, isn't really the best. I think if Lamar Jackson gets better during the year and Flacco sucks it up, he'll probably play at some point. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But the Steelers, if the locker room holds together, they'll be fine. They seem like kind of a drama-filled team, if you will. The Bengals, in my opinion, next to the Dolphins, are going to be a disaster. This one I'm just going out on a limb on because I've heard people say they're going to be pretty good. I can't tell you one thing about the Bengals, which means they could be really good, they could be mediocre, they could be average. I don't know. I think they just collapse, and they're not very good. You got Dalton, AJ Green, Joe Mixon. Then you got the Browns. Top right. Go Browns. I think Jarvis Landry's going to have a good year. Top 5 receiver. Reality check. I think Mayfield will start at some point. I don't think they're going to be like a 10-win team. There could be 5 wins, maybe 5, 6, maybe 4 if it doesn't go well. But I think Tyrod will win maybe 3 out of his first like 8 games, and then they'll bring in Mayfield for the latter half, maybe win 500 or something like that. They'll be good in due time. Hugh Jackson seems like a great person. I think when they get Todd Haley as the head coach, he'll be much better. It's just, I don't know. I watch Hard Knocks. It seems like they lack discipline. I did not forget the name of the D end for the Browns. Myles Garrett's going to be a beast. Possibly defensive player of the year. But again, one player's not enough. I think they got much more talent than they did last year. That's not that difficult. They're going to be good. They're just not going to be as good as the Steelers. But they're going to be better than the Bengals, in my opinion. I think the Ravens will be like an 8-win team. Steelers will be like an 11-win team because I think the Bengals and Browns are going to get swept by them. If Bell does not play or that shit continues, I'd probably flip-flop the Ravens and the Steelers, but I think the Steelers just have too much talent. Actually, no, I lied. They have a good backup. I forgot they have a good backup. I'm not an amateur, chat. AFC South, the most boring division. Texans, I'm just going, I have notes here. I totally forgot to look at them. Let's actually look at them, see if this goes smoother. Houston, Deshaun Watson, psycho, in all the positive ways. I think he plays just as well as he did last year. A little bit more conservative, doesn't probably run as much, obviously, but he has the arm to be a very, very good quarterback. In my opinion, the best dual threat quarterback in the league, even above Russell Wilson. He'll be great. And I think that the Titans take a step back. Mariota will probably play better this year. I think he'll improve his game slightly. But Henry, Derrick Henry. Do they have Dion Lewis? Is it Dion Lewis? I think it's Dion Lewis. I'm going to act like it's Dion Lewis. It is. It is. I just confirmed it with myself. I think they'll be a great duo. I think they'll be like Kamara and Ingram. So the Titans will be just as good, if not a little bit better. Luck's back for the Colts. That's about it. That's about it. T.Y. Hilton, yeah. Yeah. I honestly couldn't name a single person on that defense. I think they're okay. I think they're 500, maybe under 500. And the Jaguars. Bold pick here with the Jaguars. I think Bortles utterly collapses this year. Bortles is not a very good quarterback. But the defense for the Jaguars is so good. They're at a point where they could have like a Tom Savage or a Paxton Lynch be their quarterback, and they'd probably still make the playoffs because they're that good. There are no receivers for Blake Bortles. If he has to, you know, take command of the offense and actually throw throws on target to receivers who don't really know what they're doing, it's gonna be rough. So I think they make it in. I just think that Bortles, it does not play well enough to beat the Texans. I think the Texans win the division. I hit it too early, by the way. You hate to see it. With Watt being back and Clowney, I think the Texans have one of the better defenses. I think they sweep the Colts. I think they sweep the Jaguars. I think they at least beat the Titans once. So they win. Texans 1, Jags 2, Titans 3. I think I said Titans twice. Texans 1, obviously. Colts 4, because boring. Last one and then the good stuff. AFC West. Case Keenum sucks. You heard it here first, chat. You heard it here first. The defense is going to be top 5. Bradley Chubb, not to be confused with Nick Chubb. Bradley Chubb, Defensive Rookie of the Year, 100%. Is that even an award? It probably is. Case Keenum's overrated. He's not going to play well. They don't have many offensive weapons, in my opinion. They'll be okay. They'll be decent. The Chargers, Phillip Rivers has always been a great quarterback. There's always been something that goes wrong. I think for the first time, the Chargers curse is broken this year. The defense should be pretty good with Bosa. Bosa should be pretty good. The Raiders. Basically, the Chargers, I think, are going to be... all games that could go wrong will go right for them this year. They'll be okay. The Raiders. Transitional pains with John Gruden, the man himself. I love John Gruden on commentary, by the way. I think the Raiders bomb. Basically, their success relies or is on Derek Carr. And I don't see it. I don't see it. They got decent receivers. They got Cooper. He's pretty good. They'll be all right. They'll be all right. I just think they need to get more talent in there. The Chiefs, though. Okay. The Chiefs. I'm going out on a limb to say that one of the best surprise quarterbacks. I shouldn't say surprise because he's already proved himself a little bit. Mahomes is going to be a beast this year. I think with Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, I think has a great year just like he did last year. Maybe not as good, about the same. I think those three are going to be fantastic this year. One of the better offenses, if not top 6. The question is the defense. I think if the defense can play well enough, it ends up like this. The Chargers win. I think it's their year. They have the offense. I think their defense is going to be good enough. I think the Chiefs come in second. Chargers 1, Chiefs 2. I just don't trust the Chiefs defense enough to give them 1. Broncos 3, Raiders 4. I think the Chiefs trade a lot of wins in the division. Raiders, I think, are 2 wins, 3 wins. I think they're that bad, to be honest with you. I think it's a collapse. They're getting ready to move cities anyway, so who cares? And the Broncos, 6 wins, maybe. Their defense is going to be fantastic, but they can't move the ball. Here we go. Okay, timeout. I'm actually proud of this. Everything's blurred, by the way. Isn't that fancy? Here we go, chat. So the 4th seed, we already said the Eagles win the NFC East. I think they get in with 11 wins, roughly. West, you got the Rams, probably 11 wins as well. The NFC is just superior in every way to the AFC, in my opinion. I think the 3 seed, so the Rams, the Saints, 12 wins. And the Vikings also probably around 12 wins. I think those 3 teams are the best 3 teams in the league. But there's 2 divisions. One of them has the Patriots, who are arguably the best team of the past 20 years. My wildcard spots are the 49ers out of the West. I know what you're saying, Ryan. What do you mean? I think the 49ers are in a weak enough division from the Cardinals and the Seahawks. They can either sweep them or win a lot of divisional games. The schedule isn't too bad. I think Jimmy G, just kind of the new energy. It's like, oh, we got a new quarterback. We got a quarterback. I think they make it in. Hit the wrong button. This is... Actually, I did not hit the wrong button. I'll show you why I didn't show this before. There's one team I have yet to put on here. So I'm going to show you how I rank the NFC North. I personally, this is probably the big shock of this entire thing. Whoa. Big shock, chat. Big shock. I have the Bears ahead of the Packers for one reason. Actually, it's 2 reasons. It's a 2-part reason. The Bears defense, I think, is good this year. I think they're really good. And I think Trubisky, I wanted to hold off on the analysis till now. I think Trubisky surprises the shit out of everybody. I think he has a Goff-esque year. Wasn't too great last year. But I think this year, with, again, I'm biased to Penn Staters, with Allen Robinson being there now and Khalil Mack being there now, I think they sweep the Lions. They trade wins with both the Packers and Vikings, and they win a lot of out-of-division games. I think they probably get in week 16, week 17. They play the Vikings, I believe, the last game of the year. They'll have it locked up, so they'll probably sit people. I think they'll sneak in right there. They'll sneak right on in. The Bears as the 6th seed, and I fucked it up again, chat. Boom. So there's the NFC. Vikings as the 1 seed. Oh, I'm covering it up, chat. You know what? Shut up. We'll go up here. I'm sorry. Don't judge me, chat. Don't judge me. I got the Vikings as the 1 seed. Saints 2nd seed. Rams 3rd seed. Eagles 4th seed. And the 49ers and the Bears sneak in late in the year. Obviously, wild card's always probably the best part of football. Trying to see who gets the wild card. Besides the playoffs, that is. The 4th seed in the South, I have the Texans. They win the division. But I think because the division's pretty equally matched, in my opinion. A lot of trading of wins. So they're probably like 9 wins. They win it with 9, maybe even 8. Steelers? AFC North isn't that good. I think the Steelers kind of fall off. So I think they probably get 10, 11 wins. Chargers? 12. Patriots honestly could probably have 14 wins. If they can win games without Edelman, the division is so terrible. I don't think there's a sleeper in that division either. The Patriots are 1st seed. They get a bye again. I said the Texans are in like a rough division. I don't think the Jaguars play good. But I think the Texans, that entire division just trades wins, loses a lot out of division. So the Texans, 4th seed, obviously. Same thing with the Eagles. They win it, but they're kind of losing a lot of games within the division. English. So my wild card is the 2nd team out of the West. West? It's West. It's West. It is West. It always confuses me. It's the AFC West. So you have the Chargers in California, and you have Kansas City. Not really West, if you ask me. I think the Chiefs get in. They beat the Broncos enough. They beat the Raiders enough. They win out of division games enough. The offense is explosive enough. The defense is good enough. They get in. And I think the Jaguars do get in. I think the wild card in the NFC is 10 wins each. I think the wild card in the AFC is 10, like 8. I think they're rough, man. AFC's rough. But here we go, chat. It's go time. Now check this out. I'm going to hide myself. Okay? Hiding myself, chat. You'll be wondering to yourself, why is everything tie-dye? It's not. These are the logos. Huh? Can't you see it? There's the Colts logo. There's the Dolphins logo. Steelers. This looks like a hermit crab. I don't know what this is. Vikings. Okay. Omega Law. Shut up, chat. It's quality. So, in the first matchup, chat, we have the Eagles and 49ers. Yes, I rank the Chargers above the Steelers. Steelers are not going to be that good this year, man. Trust me. They're not a cohesive team. Reality check. I have the 49ers beating the Eagles. You know why? Eagles lack discipline. They're going to get a reality check in the first round by Jimmy Garoppolo coming into Philadelphia and just shitting on him. Shitting on him. Not even close. 45-7. I'm just kidding. Rams and Bears. I have the Rams winning. The Rams are too good. The only reason they're not the first seed or second seed is because there's two teams that are even better. The Rams beat the Bears. The Bears were a miracle. I think the Rams win pretty handedly. I think both these games are pretty lopsided in my opinion. If the Eagles-Falcons game is any indication, yesterday, the Eagles are not very good. Their offense cannot move the ball. If Wentz plays out of his mind, they'll be okay. Their defense is great. Their offense is not very great. Rams are just incredible. On the AFC side, we got the Texans and the Chiefs. Chiefs. Offense is too much. Texans defense is good. Deshaun Watson will probably not play too well because it's his first playoff game. Just like Aaron Rodgers doesn't play well in the playoffs. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs. Steelers and Jags. Pretty obvious. Steelers. Steelers are pretty good. They could be better, obviously, but they're pretty good. They're pretty solid. They'll beat the Jaguars. Jaguars get in just because the division's terrible. And now we got the 49ers and the Vikings. You guys ready for this? It's the Vikings, obviously. Vikings win. 49ers cannot keep up with Kirk Cousins, the man himself, the psycho, the god himself, Kirk Cousins. They can't keep up with Kirk Cousins. And Vikings just gashed the defense. Saints and Rams. Saints. Experience plays a factor in this one. Drew Brees against Jared Goff. Who the fuck's Jared Goff? Exactly. Drew Brees leads him to victory. Overtime thriller in the Louisiana shit show. I don't fucking know. Patriots and Chiefs. Patriots. They don't lose. They don't lose till they get to later in the playoffs. Spoiler, perhaps? Maybe? Nope. They beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are good. Again, lack of experience. Mahomes versus Brady. I'll take Brady. I mean, he beat the Falcons and they were down by 25. And Matt Ryan was supposed to be pretty good, right? Just kidding. Matt Ryan's overrated. Chargers and Steelers. Chargers. It's their year, chat. The Chargers. I'm saying whatever could go wrong, they have paid their dues as a team that's had bad luck, that's had roughness in their life that makes no sense. I think the Chargers beat the Steelers. Matt Sparrow says, this is the worst prediction I've ever seen. Bears making playoffs over the Falcons, Panthers, Cowboys, Packers, Giants, Jags finish 6th. Do you even watch football? Yeah. You know what it's called? Matt Sparrow? It's called an opinion. Bears over the Falcons, Matt Sparrow asks. Did you see the Falcons play last night? Matt Ryan looks like he's garbage. They'll be good. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Panthers. Resident sleeper. Cowboys. Where's their receiving core? Their defense seems to be okay. Their line's hurt. Packers. Packers is the one I'll give you. I just think the Bears are more tough. I don't like Aaron Rodgers, to be honest. Giants. I love the Giants. But they're not getting in the NFC. NFC is loaded in the Jags. You expect a terrible quarterback to throw to no receivers. Round of applause. There you go. We are in the conference round, chat. Vikings, Saints. I want to see this game so fucking bad. This was probably the toughest pick in the entirety of this thing. Above even the one to my right. Personally. My heart says the Vikings. My head also says the Vikings, by the way. You know why? Because the Vikings are the same exact team as last year. They get a great running back, and reality check, Kirk Cousins is better than Case Keenum was. I don't understand why Kirk Cousins gets hatred. The Vikings beat the Saints. I just want to see this game. I want to see 35-38. That's what I want to see. Patriots and Chargers. The resident sleeper that is the AFC ends with the Chargers. And I'm going to say the Chargers for one reason. And one reason only. The Patriots defense is just going to get gashed. I have seen too many Patriots playoff games now where their defense, I don't know if they play a different scheme, but going against a relatively good quarterback in the playoffs, the Patriots get gashed. So, I'm going with the Chargers. By the way, this analysis, my analysis is mediocre. If you have, problems with it, I will shit on your chest personally. So we got the Vikings and the Chargers in the Super Bowl. And honestly, the way I've been talking about the NFC, this isn't going to be close. The NFC is so much better than the AFC. I think the Vikings beat the Chargers by at least 2 scores, 34-20. The Minnesota Vikings win the Super Bowl on the back of Kirk Cousins. Top 5 in passing yards. I bet he has the best touchdown to interception ratio, and the defense is just gonna be the defense. Defense is gonna win the Super Bowl for him. Comments and concerns, chat. Comments and concerns.